All right, all right, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming in. This is I Bring It Every Day. And my name is Kelly, and I just want to thank everybody for coming in. And please like, share, and subscribe. And let's do it. It's Monday. Woohoo! All right. Woo! We're here. We're here. We're here. All right, let's see who's here. Oh, Suzanne is number one. You're number one. Hi and happy Monday. Thank you so much. And, oh, Sweet Pea Sid, hello. Good morning, Kelly. Good to see you. This pillow's driving me crazy. I think I'm going to put him right here. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Well, it is Motivation Monday, and this is the I Bring It Every Day channel. And my name is Kelly. And the idea of Motivation Monday is to get us, we're going to try to get our mind right and get us in the positive mindset for the week. Set some goals, make some plans, and then get going, right? And hang out. And that's what we do. Yes. Yes. Oh, we got somebody else. Pebbles. Hello. Pebbles Pico. Good to see you. Hello. I like it. Hello, everyone. Spreading joy, love, and happiness. We love it. Yes. So, yeah, definitely. And this is where I'm hoping that I can start doing this on the channel. That's been my plan on the channel, is to sort of spread a little joy and happiness and get people started on the week in a positive way. Yes. Yes, yes. So this is exciting. Okay, well, let's see where we are here. So let's get right to it. Oh, and Sid, don't forget to let me know whenever you're ready. Just let me know if you want to come up and do some stuff. But not today. No pressure. But anyway, I was thinking about the last couple of weeks. So I'll just sum up where we've been. We've kind of gone on a journey. And so basically, I guess about midway through the year, I said, oh my gosh, we're past midway through the year. And I said, oh my gosh, what have I accomplished this year? Yes. Okay, very good. Okay. Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Sweet Pea Sid. Yes. So, when I said, okay, I started feeling a sense of urgency. And I guess that's really what I'm saying. So I've been sort of repeating this, and I hope everybody hears me, is that, we're now in September, which is crazy. So the year is just about done. We're in the let's see, we're almost at the end of the quarter. Yeah. So when I used to work, we always talked about quarters. So it was like January through March, April through June, July through September, which is where we are. We're in the third quarter. And then the last quarter is October, November, December. And that's usually like the holidays, and that's when most people sort of slow down a little bit. So this is kind of like the last push before people start going away on holidays and things like that. Even though I'm not trying to speed that process, but when you think about it, we're at the end of the third quarter. Today is what, the 20? I don't even know what today is. So the 23rd. Oh my gosh. So we're knocking down these weeks every week. So I just want to just throw that out there just to let everybody know, if you have anything that you want to plan, anything on your bucket list that you want to do, in the near future, it doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, but maybe the next 6 months or whatever, you got to get on it. You know what I mean? And like I said, 2024 is just about a wrap. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway, so that's the message. I'm always going to throw that out there. If there's anything you want to do, you got to get there. You got to write it down, think about it, and just figure out how you're going to get there. The steps and the plans and the money and the time, education or whatever you need to get there. Yes. So there's that. Oh, yes, it's almost October. That is correct. Sweet Pea said, let me see if I put that on screen. Yeah, it's crazy. And I said to myself, this is insane. We're through the third quarter. We got one more week, right? And then it's over. And then we're into the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter, unfortunately, or fortunately, is a lot of the holiday, the holiday stuff. So like for pretty much from November, whatever Thanksgiving is, from the end of from the end of last week of November till the end of the year, not a whole lot gets done, at least on a business level for a lot of people. Now, unless you have a business where you're selling like holiday stuff, then that's different. But I'm just saying in general, like if you look at the Fortune 500 stuff, Not a whole lot gets done between Thanksgiving and New Year's. And it's very interesting. Yeah. But anyway, that's been my experience. Now let's see. So I saw April Showers Network. Hello. How are you doing? Good morning. Good to see you. Yes. And I hope you're feeling well today. Yes. Okay. So anyway, so let's get to the motivation. I was just thinking of a few, and then I like it's funny. I had something all planned, and then I changed it, kind of at the last moment this morning. So let's see. So this is kind of going toward that. Oh, hey, she spins. This is going toward the sense of urgency. And let me see if I can pull this out. Oh, we got some people on Instagram. We got oh, Grandma 2003. Hello. And Ray's Yarn Addiction. Good to see you. Yeah, Ray, I was buying yarn or looking at yarn the other day. So I'm sure you would enjoy it. I haven't uploaded the video, but you'll if you come around, you'll check it out. Okay, so here it goes. These are the things that were on my heart this morning. And so last time we talked about this is Earl Nightingale, and I'll just read this again because I think this is good. So all you need is a plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination. So once you decide that you want to do something, then you have to figure out a plan, and included in that plan are steps that you need to take. So there's usually money involved, time involved. You got to get the family involved if you have family, things like that. So you have to lay that all that out. Sweet Pea Sid probably needs childcare while she goes to her classes or whatever she's doing. I'm just as an example, but things like that. You just have to figure out the steps. And then what's the first step you need to take? The second step you need to take, the third step you need to take. And like I said, you don't have to really, it's all not written in stone, but it's just you need to have some idea of how you're going to get to the plans where you want to get to. Yes. Yes. I know, Ray. Ray's Yarn Addiction. Yes. And good morning, Stay Hall. Good to see you. Yes. So let's see. So that was what we talked about before. And then kind of on that line is, when you have these bucket lists, like there's a difference between like a dream and a bucket list. So the bucket list is sort of a dream, but then what you have to do is you have to make it into a reality. And this is a quote from Naomi Osaka, and this is a long one, so bear with me. So she says, dreams don't have to be just dreams. You can make it a reality. If you just keep pushing and keep trying, then eventually you'll reach your goal. And if that takes a few years, then that's great. But if it takes 10 or 20, that's part of the process. And that's really what it is. And I think that's a very healthy view to look at things in life, because everybody's life is moving at different speeds, and you're at different points in your life, regarding like work and career, and there's retirement and things like that. So everybody's kind of at a different place. But the thing is, you have to kind of take that dream into a reality by, just keep going. You got to keep going. Like once you do this plan, you got to keep going, even though you might hit roadblocks and things like that. And the other thing is, it may take you longer. Like you should never try not to compare yourself to other people, but sometimes it's hard, because you see people around you, and people are accelerating at different paces. But you have to say there is a process, and there's always a reason, why you're where you are. I think anyway. But anyway, good to see you. Stay Hall saying hi to everybody. Yeah. So it definitely, there's a process and a time. And the thing is, I think everybody's really into this microwave. Everything's microwave, really, really fast, 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 fast. And, like I'm of a certain age. So then, we always had to wait for everything. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm so used, like I have patience, but a lot of people don't, and then there's all, and so you sort of have to live in that moment and, appreciate the process and try to keep, like, you have to look forward constantly, but you have to look back to kind of say, okay, this is where I came from. I think it's good to look back a little bit and go, hey, oh, I was here last week or 10 weeks ago. Now I'm here, Oh, yes, yes, there you go. Sweet Pea said, yes. Microwave society. Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like I had trouble with that concept. Not trouble, but my kids are younger. They're in the younger generation. So they know everything was easy and quick. And so when things were a little slow, they were very, very frustrated. And I said, that's kind of real life. Like what you're living, I don't know what you're living, but that wasn't my life. We always had to wait. Yes. So that's kind of the whole process. And I think people have to realize that sometimes things take time or they take longer than you expect. And it is what it is. But you just have to keep moving. So yeah, so Naomi Osaka, I don't know how old she is. She's pretty young. Like she's kind of wise for such a young person. But I said, "Oh, she's got it." And see, and I don't think anybody ever told me that when I was growing up. Now that I think I don't think anybody did. Nope. So that's like one of those helpful things I wish I had known, when I was younger. Yes. Yes. So that was specifically on my brain. Oh, yes. Oh, I love this. Yes, stay hall. Very nice. You have to learn to celebrate the small wins along the way to the big goals. Yeah, that's it exactly. And I think a lot of people don't do that. I know I'm guilty of not necessarily celebrating those small wins because there are wins. And I mean, I'll just give you like an example. This I forget what started me on this motivation thing, but like initially, I think people were like, wah, wah. Like it felt like a lead balloon. But as we've picked up a little bit of traction. Now, this isn't what I do all the time, but I felt like, especially in this crochet community. Crochet community is pretty big, and there's a certain segment of it that's fairly tight. So most people know of each other, and I'll say no, kind of with the air quotes. But most people know of each other, and I just think like a lot of us were just like, "Oh no, someone's growing fast, someone's not growing." This, you know what I mean? Like you sort of see all that. And I think that's the problem like that's the only thing about YouTube that kind of makes me crazy is that those numbers are always in your face. And if you're really concerned about numbers, you'll go cuckoo, if you're because it's there all the time, you know what I mean? And so it's really hard not to look at other people because it's in your face, you know what I'm saying? Very tragic. Oh, thank you so much, sweet piece. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Because like I said, for me, a lot of this was to really also to push myself as well as other people. And just because like I said, I noticed in our community, it can get intense. And so I was like, man, we gotta settle down. And I don't know why crafting is so intense. Like it shouldn't be. It's supposed to be fun. At least I thought. But there's that. But anyway, so that's what sort of got me started. And when I was originally doing my YouTube channel, I was really into doing a lot of panels and crafting and stuff like that. But yeah, that's weird. So anyway, that never happened. But I mean, I did it a few times, but it really never really took off. But I said, well, I guess I can control this aspect of it. So I figured I'll try this. And I just started kind of looking at people. Like I always read biographies when I was younger. But it's funny, like after I've read these biographies, I'm realizing that I think a lot of it's like not true or it's so cleaned up, like their lives are really cleaned up. But I was always curious as to how people got to where they got and people who were, fairly successful, whether it was family or business and how it happened. And then when you learn that a lot of people, failed a certain number of times before they got successful. And I think that's a lot of things that people don't realize as well. Yeah. Let me see if I can find this one thing here. Like I'm trying to think of the example of Walt Disney, but they were talking about him. And he apparently, of course, I'm sitting on my phone. I gotta move it. I put my computer on my phone. I'm gonna see if I can find it, but I'm gonna keep talking. But they said I forget how many times he failed. And you don't quote me on this, but I want to say he started in the 20s, doing animation or whatever. And I don't think he made a profit until the 50s. Like it was something like the 1950s. So he started in the 20s. It took him like 30 years to get it together, approximately. You know what I mean? So that's like one example where you go, oh, wow, that took longer. Because, if you look at how successful Disney is, and, that's just an example. But it took him a while to get it together. So I figure if it took him a while to get it together, then I don't feel so bad. And I think that's like a lot of times, I think a lot of these biographies and stuff that you get about famous people, I think they're a little bit fake. And I can't prove it, but I think a lot of stuff is kind of fabricated. But like I said, that Disney example just made me go, okay. So there's a little bit of reality there where it took him a minute. It took him a minute to get going. So that's why I say like this microwave society. Oh, and in fact, and I'll just go back. I just thought of an example. So there was a there when I was I used to go on all these panels and stuff in the crochet community, and it was very interesting. And one person, there was a creator who used to come on like in the afternoons on a Sunday, and nobody. It was funny. It was really small. It was like a small intimate gathering. There might have been 5, 6 people in there, and every Sunday it seemed like it was like the same people. So it was kind of interesting. Like she had a little following, and there were some kids in there. I don't know how old they were. Like they never told me how old they were, but they seemed young. I think they were still like in middle school or maybe high school. And the one kid said, "I don't make $100,000 a year. What am I going to do?" And I was like, I said, "Are you still in school?" you know, and he goes, "Well, yeah." And I said, "But like, you're not going to make $100,000 going to middle school or high school." I said, like, there's steps in life. Like, I said, you have to finish high school. You got to finish well. You got to get into, a college or something. You have to get a trade or whatever. You know what I mean? You have to get your training, and then you have to work for a little bit. You start at also, start out at a low level, and then you sort of get promoted, hopefully, and then over time, well, whatever. And then you make some decent money. But he was thinking that he should be making $100,000 while he's in school. And I said, that's not even possible. Like it doesn't add up. You know what I mean? That's not reality. And it's interesting. And I wondered, like, if his parents, like, where he got that from. I don't know if it was his parents or I don't know. Just tell me what you think about that. But that was weird. I mean, he was just like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't make $100,000 now. What am I going to do?" And I'm like, "You're not even like, even if you worked a part-time job at McDonald's, you're not going to make that." You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's see what Sid said. So, yes, you have to take the good with the bad. We all fail at some point in time, and that's part of life. Yes. Yeah, that's sort of like facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad. Yes. And Sweepy Sid said, yeah, most adults don't even make that. Isn't that funny? And I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. And I just said to myself, I said, oh my gosh, these people are crazy. I mean, like, I think this is terrible that these kids feel like they're a failure if they're not making a certain, amount. And, in reality, reality says that most adults don't even make that. Yeah. And, like, I have a relative, it's very interesting. So I have an older relative that got to that figure, but they were like in their 60s, like they were almost at retirement. And the funny thing about it was they were like, I want to keep working so I can make that amount for a while. And I went, but you're like over 60. Like, it's time to, I don't know. Like, I think if I'm, in my 60, like he was over 60. And I remember going, even though it's a great goal to get to, but the bottom line is, like, you should be done at this point, you know? But I just thought that was very interesting. They got to that point and they were like, and it took them, a 40 or 50-year career to get there. Yeah. So people of that generation, they weren't making a whole lot of money. So I think, like, they were saying in the 70s, I think the average salary was like 4,000 or something, 4 or 5,000 dollars a year. So to get to 100K is quite a stretch. You know what I mean? So if you started out working then, oh my gosh, yeah, that's crazy. Yes. But that's just an example of where, there's steps, right? So, but I had to, like, tell him, I said, listen, you're putting way too much pressure on yourself. I said, your goal is to get good grades in school and then, graduate, high in your ranking. You want to get a good ranking, then apply to college if that's where you're going, and then whatever. And then from there, then, you work on that money goal. But the other thing is, and I know, I don't know if Stay Hall's still here, but like, she's like an entrepreneur, and I'm sort of, it's weird. I'm on the edge of entrepreneurship. Like, I see the pluses and minuses of it. And but like, I never really lean myself that way per se. And so like it for me, it's a stretch. You know what I mean to do that. And so I was like a worker bee, corporate worker bee. That's what I did. So and I see, but I realize now, like it's kind of late for me at this point, but I realize how entrepreneurship really does put you in a better position for making that 100K. You know what I mean? And so I think at the time I probably should have said, "Hey, you should start something." At that time that would have been better advice. But I just felt like he just had to finish school, and learn something and whatever. So I don't know if that was good advice or not. Let's see. Yes. So anyway, so there's that. So that's the main thing with like I said, so so we try to work those steps, reevaluate, from time to time, not to dwell on the negatives, but just to keep moving further. And then the thing is, if you don't, like I said, if it doesn't work, then you might have to pivot. You might have to go in a different direction. Let me see if I can find this other quote. So this is good. I think this is the other one. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So this is Dolly Parton. And she says, if you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another. And that to me starts talking about the pivot, the pivot. Like so if it's not, well, and also too, if you don't like where you are, you can turn yourself in another direction. You got to build another one. So you got to build it. Yes. Okay. So there it is. So those are the three quotes that was kind of heavy on my heart this morning. And I'm just trying to tie everything up together, you know what I mean, from what we were doing before. So good morning, crafts and dolls. Good morning. Just got back from walking the dolls. Very healthy. Yes, and I could probably use some more walk time. Yep. I don't have a dog, but that's cool. And Sweet Pea said saying, hey, oh, look who's here. Rich new design. Cheers. Like and share. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I saw you were on early. I was in the bushes a little bit, but yes. Yes, good to see you. Good to see you back doing some videos. Yeah. So that's kind of it for today. Those are like the three things that I'm kind of thinking of. Um ooh. Yeah, oh, Rich New Designs, if you want to drop your link or anybody else, just type IBE. I bring it every day. IBE in the chat. And hopefully Nightbot should get you. Yeah. Forgot to do that. Let me put that in here. Yes. So there we go. I'll put this here in the banner. Yeah. There we go. So that'll take care of that. So I just want to make sure. But yeah, so that's the evil plan for the channel. We've really tried to like sort of uplift the crochet community, and I'm hoping that or just in terms of the social media, because I think a lot of like I said before, a lot of the negative stuff kind of gets pushed out, and the plan is to try to at least put out some positive vibes out here, on the YouTube streets, and kind of get us back to creating. Because like I said, we all have a plan. We're all out here trying to grow and do different things, and and it's just, and I think it's good sort of at the start of the week to kind of say, okay, what do I want to do this week, and then try to figure out ways that we can get there. Yes. Let's see what's Rich New Design is saying. Trying to get back at it. I bring it every day. It's been a rough transitional year. Hope you've been doing well. Oh, yes. Yeah, I understand that. Yes. Well, good. I'm glad you're getting back at it. Yeah. And the other thing is too, you have to kind of do what you love. So I would say, like, if you're going to work, try to do something that you love, and hopefully you can monetize it, and that's kind of speaking more to that entrepreneurial thing, that I don't do. That I should do. And that maybe that's on my bucket list. I have to get myself more entrepreneurial out there. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the goal that I'm trying to turn that around, I guess, for the remainder of the year and into 2025. Oh, hey Tina Bailey, good to see you. Yeah, because the thing about it is, and like I said, Wes, I don't know if you saw, but at the very beginning, I about at the end of July, I said, man, this year's going by so fast. So we're in the last week of the third quarter of the year. So we only have 3 months basically left of the year, which is crazy. You know what I mean? So this is kind of the time where you have to sort of get off your, your keister and get going, because, well, the thing is, I still say, like, I've never been a procrastinator, but I know people that are, and I always look at people and I say, man, you waste so much time. Like I try not to waste time, but it's easy to do that. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you like, I have like some of those squirrel moments. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, that's cool too. Oh, let me get back to that. So yeah, time is marching on. Yep. So that's the whole thing. I'm just trying to just kind of stay focused and see, if I can knock out a few things. So like for example, like I've been sort of um with my YouTube channel, just sort of, brainstorming ideas and things that I want to do. And then I'm just trying to, check them off as I go. And that's but oh, one thing I will show you. I found these at the Dollar Tree. And this is kind of oh, I have less time before me than I have past me. I know, it's brutal. I'm trying not to think about that. Isella, Crafts and Dolls. But yeah, you're right. I mean, and this is why I think well, so and the other thing that really started this off too was that I did meet up with some high school people back in July, and I hadn't seen them pretty much since maybe 5 years after high school. So it'd been a while, and these are people that I grew up in my neighborhood, so we were inside of each other's houses and the whole thing. Like we were really, really intimately involved in each other's lives, And my parents knew their parents, and their parents knew my parents, the whole thing. But yeah, this is interesting. So this is a good cheat sheet, and I'll show you this. So the Dollar Tree started doing these inspirational notebooks or journals. So so during the before the school year, I guess back in July or June, they started putting out these journals and all the school supplies. Now the Dollar Tree's not cheap anymore. It used to be. But this is kind of interesting if you want to sort of use this as a roadmap for your goals and see how it has. This is the across the top. It's hold on if I can get this in. If only I can do the camera. Here we go. Sunday through Saturday, left or right, and then each month. And then you just put inside what you want to do. And I guess this is each day of the month as you go through there. But what you could actually, yeah, each week, I guess, each day, each week. So you could actually put in here, you could actually do this yourself, but just put in some like ideas of what you want to do. But the interesting thing that I thought was in here was this mood tracker. Oh my goodness. And look at this. They have, are you happy, angry, sad, anxious, energized, tired, excited, calm, indifferent? And then I guess you check off how you're feeling each day. And I'm like, ooh, interesting. So, but this is just like kind of a generic thing that you can do. And then inside also they have a fitness tracker. And let me see if I can put this in. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this. Everything's backwards. So this is your measurement. So your the date, your weight, your BMI, your neck, your chest, biceps, hips, thighs, waist, and what's that last one? Calves. Oh wow. And then they have goal measurements. So your current measurements and then your goal measurements straight across. And then there's a weight tracker. You could put that in there in the fitness tracker. You can, kind of check off like what you did. And this is something you could do yourself. But I said, oh, this is interesting. And then this is down my way too. Grocery list. And it has everything broken down by meat, seafood, vegetables, fruit, bakery. Oh boy. That should not be on there. Bakery, canned items, household beverages. So things like that. So it's interesting writing this down. Now, sometimes I'll use a like we have a bulletin board kind of in our room. It's a chalkboard, I guess. So you can always write on with chalk, and then erase and then add. So I always have a little like a sort of a grocery list that's sort of building on there. If I notice something that like if we're running out of in the fridge, I'll do that. But these are certain things that you can write them down. So anyway, but this thing is here's another good part thought for the day. And okay. Oh, wellness with frugal mom. Hello. Yes, and Rich New Design is saying cheers. But check this out. You ready? This is another good thought. It's not about perfect, it's about effort. Healthy Goals Journal. So yeah, so this is it here. This is what it looks like. And they have different, they have the same one but different expressions on the front. But this is from the Dollar Tree and I said, this isn't bad." And this is the weekly meal tracker. You could write down, and it has a few weeks. I don't know how many pages it has in there, but that's always the thing that I've had trouble with is just trying to plan those meals and stuff like that. And that really helps you out. Yeah. So check this out if you find yourself in the Dollar Tree, but they do have these little journals and they're good. And I think this is a good saying. It's not about perfect, it's about effort. And that's, the life, in life, like you got to doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to put forth effort. And then just go back and reevaluate where you're at. And then adjust, right? Yes. So good to see you. So what do you think of that journal? Not bad, right? Yeah. And here's another thing. Here's another one. This one says, "Good food, good mood." Healthy Goals Journal. And these are actually kind of cute, you know? I mean, it's interesting. Like I just sort of was looking at this, but so my husband and I each have one. So we're going to try this out. We'll see if we can start tracking those fitness goals and doing those kind of things. But that's something that you could really make yourself. But you could borrow that idea and go with it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't laugh, but that is funny. I mean, interesting. So, Rich New Design saying, "There's no way I want to track my moods. Quantifying that seems scary." But now here's the thing. So, I used to work with psychiatrists and stuff, and they used to always tell people to do a mood journal. And they in the thought behind it was to see like what's giving you the positive ups and what's giving you the negative, you know what I mean? And then sort of evaluate that and then adjust, you know what I mean? Like whatever's going on there. And I don't know, I've never actually seen a patient do one or that they, like I wasn't really privy to that kind of thing, but I was always very, very interested to see if that helped people identify, problems that they could actually adjust or or fix. And but they would always say, "Yeah, do a mood journal." But I never really thought about it, in terms of my life. Like I said, I've been fortunate, like I haven't had major stuff going on, but you know, it's probably not a bad thing just to kind of see what's happening. But but of course, like, life throws you, curveballs. And so it makes sense that you're gonna have, difficulties around those. Um, but in general, like a lot of people, they always say, just try to keep an eye on all those things. And then if there's anything that you need to adjust, and then the doctor will say, like, "Hey, if I," and he would actually say, "Can I see it?" And so he would take it from the patients and he would be flipping through it while they were talking, just to see if there was anything that maybe the patient didn't see. It's interesting. Yeah. So give it a try. I don't know. And hola, ¿cómo está, Maritza? Yarn and Crafts. How you doing? Oh, I meant to ask you, Maritza, did you go to that fiber thing in Allentown? I should have. Ah, I should have gotten in touch with you. But anyway, I wondered if you went to that the other day. It was Saturday and Sunday. Because like my husband and I ended up running through there real quick, but we weren't there long, and we were sort of running around Allentown that day. But I didn't even think to like, email you and say, "Hey, are you going?" Because I have a feeling you may have. Let's see. But anyway, hola. Let's see. Yeah. So that's where we are. So what do you guys think? I mean, that makes a lot of. Hopefully it makes sense. And you know, like I said, the evil plan is to keep us going. Keep us moving in a positive way. And the I Bring It Every Day channel, like I'm hoping that it'll continue to be a safe space. That if you have a different opinion, it's all good. Like I'm not. You don't have to agree with everything I say. And I'm a big girl, I can take it. If you don't, but you can tell me if I'm off base or on base. Yeah. So there we go. But that's it. But let's see. Did I get everybody's? Yeah, I think we got everybody's link here. Rich new design. Let me see. Did you drop yours? I don't think he did. Let's see. But yeah, so that's where we are. We're just trying really hard to keep it going, keep it going. And it's hard because some days you wake up and you don't really feel like it, right? And that's okay too, because the other thing is, you have to give yourself some grace. And you're good. Okay. All right. But no, but the thing about it is if you become overwhelmed in life, you have to take time out to rest and relax yourself. You know what I mean? So like I always say, and we talked about this other before, and I'm going to go back to this real quick because I think this was helpful too. Is they said I just came up with these 10 ideas on how to take a break. And it's okay to take a break. And like I said, I used to work with people who were I'd say workaholics. And I used to look at them and I'd say, man, they would wear me out. Like, they just for me, it's always been balance. I can work hard and I play hard, and I think that's good. Oh, you didn't go. Oh, bummer. Okay. But next year, yeah, it's really nice and it's free, which for me is the big thing, because you can kind of go in there and just walk around and keep it. Yeah, here it is. So let's see. Start where you are. Yeah. So here we go. So if you find that you're overwhelmed, and this was when we were talking about like what do you do when you're unmotivated? Um, I always say like just take a break, and even if it's for a couple of days, I mean it could even be a couple hours, whatever you need to do to kind of get your head clear. So I always say like you could take a coffee break, even if it's for like 10, 15 minutes, take a little walk, talk to an encouraging friend, give them a call, talk to them for a few minutes. And sometimes you guys can, uplift each other. Because sometimes I think people just need a little bit of it's like a soft place to land. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, so yeah, we talked about taking a walk, reading motivational books or lectures. Like on YouTube, there are a lot of motivational people on YouTube, and it's really interesting. I've been sort of like dibble dabbling around and listening to some of these big channels. There's the funny thing that I crack up is there's like AI people on there. So they have like AI Denzel Washington. They have real Denzel Washington, but then there's AI Denzel Washington. And some of those things are really good. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, so Isalla's working out. See, this is the other thing. Yep, this is good. Hold on. Thanks for coming in, Isella. There we go. Time to go on the nowhere bike. Yep, good to see you. Yes. Yep. The right music can ease stress. Thank you. Rich New Designs. Yeah, that's really good. Yep. And Stay Hall saying, yes, self-care is so necessary. Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, like I said, I come from a family of high achievers, and they were like annoying because it was always constant. They were constantly on. And then I ended up working with these high achievers. And for me, it was always like a lot. Like I always had to just go, this is too much. And I'd have to walk away and I would do my thing. You know what I mean? But that's the other thing that you can do. Yeah. So self care. And then, like you can go and get your nails done. I don't do that much, but, you know, sometimes get that massage. Those are great. I haven't had one of those in a while, but I'll tell you, those are awesome. But just little things like that. And then just go have a meal. And it's interesting because like the other day, my husband and I were running around and we were cleaning and we are doing stuff and donating stuff. And all of a sudden, we didn't realize, but we forgot to eat. We forgot to eat breakfast, which is rare because I don't miss a meal, trust me. But there, and then we were both like, "Oh, I feel dizzy," and I'm really. And so we both said, "I think," and I said, "Oh my gosh, we didn't eat this morning," and it was about 2 o'clock. So we got up around 7. It was 2 p.m. and we were like, and we were running around throwing stuff away and waiting for the trash guy to come. And yeah, and then we said we didn't eat. So I'm like, well, I guess that's what we have to do. And sure enough, I just did a quick meal and then I felt better. And I ate something good. I ate just, I just made like breakfast, like some bacon and eggs or whatever nothing real intense, but just that. And then all of a sudden I felt like 100% better. But it's funny because I was so focused on, you know, decluttering and doing stuff like that. And then I said, "Oh my gosh, we really didn't eat." That's because we always get coffee. Like we always have coffee, but that's not food. You know what I mean? Like you got to eat some good food and get that good food in you. Yes. But yeah, so that's and the other thing is like I love that Tai Chi. I don't do it, but like a lot of people do Tai Chi in Japan, and that's like kind of like the low level. Like it doesn't. It's not hard on your bones and stuff, and it's a lot of stretching and breathing and stuff like that. And that's a really good thing, is the breathing, because I think like a lot of times when you get stressed out, you might be breathing kind of like real shallow breathing. You sort of have to kind of get that air in your lungs, and that does sort of de-stress you a little bit too. But that's great. Yeah, the music is great. Yeah, self-care. Yeah, and I know like Stay's been talking about that too. Yeah, and travel. I don't do travel, but a lot of people, they go away. And I think those 2-week vacations are really important. A lot of people don't do them, and like taking a day off is okay, but I feel like you really don't de-stress unless you take multiple days off. And I'd say like the longer the better, and even just going away from the house, because I always feel like if you're on vacation from work, you end up cleaning your house, fixing things that are broken, which need to be done, but you never really get yourself, rested doing that. So like going away, even if it's to a hotel on the weekend, just go for 2 days. I think you're better off. Yeah. Oh, somatic yoga. Ooh, yoga. Yes, very nice. Good for stress relief. Yeah. So like all those things, and look into them, and it really does help you out. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is awesome. But that's kind of what I have. So what I'll do is I'll repeat these real quick. And then and so the last one we talked about was Dolly Parton, and she said, "If you don't like the road you're walking, start paving another one." And that's pretty cool. Yeah. And that's something that you can do every day. So like I said, I have for me it's weekly motivation, Monday motivation, or motivation on Monday. But you can pivot any day, any hour, any day, and there's no problem in doing that. Like it's a beautiful thing, because you're not always tied down. But I think it's just always good to have a plan as you go, right? And then Earl Nightingale said, "All you need is the plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination," right? And let's see, what's the other one? Naomi, yes. Naomi Osaka said, "Dreams don't have to be dreams." Wait, hold on. "Dreams don't have to just be dreams." There we go. "You can make it a reality. If you just keep pushing and keep trying, then eventually you'll reach your goal. And if that takes a few years, then that's great. But if it takes 10 or 20, then that's part of the process." So there it is. Yeah. And I think that is it kind of sums up, and it kind of connects, where we've gone in the last couple of weeks. But you got to keep going, but like I said, make a plan. And like I said, and changing the plan is not a problem. You have to pivot. And you always have to go back and reevaluate. You might want to go back weekly, monthly, and see where you're going. But remember, you have your goals. So remember, there's the short-term goals, which could be a day, an hour a day, up to a month, maybe 3 months. Medium goals might be like 3 months to 6 months. Long-term goals would be maybe a year, year to year, 1, 2, 3, and then a really long term might be like a 5-year goal. And that's what like when I worked at corporations, that's kind of what they looked at. They always did these 30, 60, 90-day plans, which I swear like they always changed. And then like then they had a 5-year plan. Then they have an annual plan, which would be the 12 months. Yeah, so they always had like short-term things, medium things, and then long-term things. And then but that's sort of how you have to look at your life. Like, I think that's like realistic, And like a lot of times, like if you have a longer term goal might be if you want to buy a home, then there's a whole process with that, right? You have to save up the money. It's a lot of money. And then you have to start kind of looking around and then figuring out where the mortgage is going to come from, unless you have all the cash, which would be awesome. Things like that. But that might be like a 5-year plan. I want to move to this state. I want to do this, when we move there. So that's a long-term goal. But like short-term goals, like on your YouTube channel, maybe you want to try to meet up with some people. Um, at a group, at a function or something like that. And usually a lot of these groups will plan them 3-6 months in advance. So you can always do that. So there's things like that. But that's kind of some examples of those goals. All right. So anyway, but like I said, that's all I have for you guys, unless you have anything else. But I will have to check out this somatic yoga. Yeah, I'll check that out. Yeah, and definitely if trying to ease stress, yep, check out some music. And YouTube has a lot of good music that's on there. You can check that out. It's always good for stress relief. Yeah, I'm going to try out the yoga. And like I said, you can do a little exercise, do a little walk. And oh, hey, and there's Sanita. Good morning. Good to see you. How are you doing? Yes. But that's that's the evil plan of the I Bring It Every Day channel. So I appreciate everybody who comes in and says, hey, and checks me out. Because like I said, I know this is a little bit different. It's a little bit different from what a lot of people do, in the like the crochet community. But like I said, I think all thinking of all these things sort of helps me get started and sort of points me in a good direction as well. And I'm hoping that it can help everybody else in a good direction as well. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Star Homestead India. Long time no see. Hello. How are the chickens? Love the chickens. Yes. Well, I love the homesteading. That's pretty cool. Yes. So anyway, so check out some of my members links. The members links are dropping. And and I'll just highlight this one real quick here. This is Sunflower's Creative Showcase. And that's her name is Ashley. And she's one of the big supporters in the crochet community. And I just, she's been going through a lot of, major health issues for a while now. And I'm just hoping that she's doing well. So just want to say, put out some prayers for Ashley. And you can check out the link to her channel. And she's been really cool. She's been great supporting the channel. Oh my gosh, people are coming in. Yay. So let's see. Okay, so Ravantha's saying chickens are doing great. Thank you. I hope you're doing doing well. That's great. I love chickens so much. I mean, we had them for a while, and then, well, it's a long story, but we got attacked. I'll just put it that way. So we tried, but anyway, there's Carol's Crazy Crochet, and we're good to see you. Hey, yes, yeah. So, but like the whole thing, like you said, chickens are great. I love chickens because they just chill. They hang out. And they always like to see like what you're doing. They used to come in my chickens were really nice. They used to come when I would go to work, they would walk me to the car and then they would walk me and then they would leave and I would go bye and then they would come like when I come back home. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. Chickens were nice. Yes. Everybody's saying hey to Carol. Yes. And Shatika, good morning. Blessings. Yes, blessings to you also. Yes. Oh, okay, so I have a pretty good memory, and that drives people crazy. But I do remember. Yes. 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 So anyway, so does anybody have anything to share? Well, we got a couple people here. And like I said, we're just trying to get us off on a positive note and keep it going. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, here we go. Marissa's saying, okay. Okay, read the Bible, Matthew 6:27-28, and then 31 through 34, Philippians 4:6. Many encouraging scriptures. Oh, nice. Let me see if I can pull one up real quick. I'll start with the Matthew one. Let's see. Let's check it out. Oh, it is crazy. You have a good well, so I worked in sales. But even though I was always this way anyway, I always could remember people's names. And so one of the things that I always say is I really have respect for people's names. So if I see you in a couple of exposures to you, I will remember. Yes. Yep. So he's want to saying hi to everybody. Yep. So there it is. But let me pull up Matthew. I like this one. Let's see. And I think there's one in here. Matthew. Hold on. But yeah, so anyway, I have a good memory for names. 627. Okay. Let's see what that one says. Okay. That one says, okay. Oh boy. My my reading is so bad. Okay. Oh, about worrying. Okay. I like this. All right. Let's load. Okay. This 620. Okay, so Matthew 627 is saying, which of you by worrying can add 1 cubit to his stature? So yeah, worrying is not good. Can any one of you by worrying add a single hour to your life? Oh wow. That is true. Worrying is bad. And which of you by being anxious can add a single hour to a span of life? Oh, these are different translations. Nice. Yeah, so worrying is not helpful. And the thing is, if you and I don't know if you guys are believers, but the thing is, if you bring it to the most high, usually the answer comes. And I at least from what I can tell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, this is a weird translation here. Let me see. Oh, I don't like this. I have to go to another version here. Bible Gateway. This is NIV. See if it continues. Yep. It's kind of the same thing. Let me go to the next one. 27. Ooh, this thing has so many ads. I can't even go to the next verse. But yeah, so don't worry. So anyway, they always say if you're worried, you pray about it. But don't but if you pray about it, don't worry. You know what I mean? Because it should be done. Like that's the whole thing. You got to bring your problems to the most high. Yeah. So there's that. And let's see what else. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. You got to make sure but I'll show you this other one. I found this one. Let's see. Confidence prayer. Forgiving. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. So anyway, earlier we were talking about these journals that they have at the Dollar Tree. I'm not sponsored, but they have these journals that can sort of help you, talk about your monthly goals. And this has a mood tracker, and they're talking about, and then in here they're talking about like measurement goals if you want to lose weight, lose inches, and things like that. And then here talking about fitness trackers. So if you want to track like how many times you're working out, things like that. And then it had some grocery lists in there, and then meal tracking. So sort of writing down what you eat, so you see, like in terms of your health and wellness. If you get yourself keep yourself on track. And I think like writing things down is really helpful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you like that. Yep. Oh, thank you, Ravant. That's cool. Yes. I was saying, whoa, frugal mama. Hey. Yeah, so that's the evil plan, for today. But I just so let me know if it's helpful. If any of this is helpful. You come back in the comments. And oh, we got some people. Oh, Instagram. Whoops, sorry. Breeze Omega, hello. Chickens are dangerous. That's what he's saying. My auntie's chickens used to jump me and my brothers. Well, yeah, sometimes they do. See, my chickens were chill and living good and cooking join. Yay, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yes, I forgot about Instagram. Shame on me. Got it on another device. Yeah, so many things are running here. But yeah, that so there we go. So like I said, your marching orders for this week, are to Like I said, make a plan. If there's anything on your bucket list that you haven't done, try to think about it, and then figure out like when you want to do it, because you always have to be very very specific. you know and that's the thing. You want to, when you do these plans, you want to put out dates and specific dates, and that way it sort of cements everything in the process. And then the other thing that you want to do is, just try to figure out what you need to do, the steps that you need to take. Because remember, a dream is just a dream, but until you put some action behind it, then it means nothing really. you know and I know everybody in here is working it, like everybody's working on something here. The people that I know from the YouTube people, I've been kind of hanging out with a lot of you guys for a while. So just keep going, you know what I mean? And then if you have to pivot, you pivot. And that's okay, because necessarily people, it may not go in the way that you might want to go, but you might have to sort of bear right instead of keeping straight. Yes. Yes. So there it is. But and then the last thing, let me pull this one out too. I was trying to see. Uh they started doing like a lot of these prayers as well. Like here's a Proverbs. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can find a good one here. Sometimes uh I don't like any of these, which is terrible. Oh, here it is. This is a good one. Now, this one, this isn't a specific verse, but it says, "Prayer should be the key of the day and the lock of the night." Wow, that's pretty deep. And it's unknown. So somebody said this, they don't know who said it, but one more time. Prayer should be the key of the day and the lock of the night. Woo! That's heavy stuff right there. That's a good one. I like it. But this is another thing that they had at the Dollar Tree. Lord, hear my prayer. So this is kind of talking to what Maritza was. And there are a few verses in here that are very similar to the one that she said. Okay. Yeah. So there's good stuff in here. And they're all little tiny, verses. That one's backwards. Second Corinthians. This is Colossians. Yeah. So like I said, the Dollar Tree's been really interesting with their and I've just sort of go in there and say, okay, this is useful. Because like I said, the only thing that I really have been sorely lacking on is the workout. Like I need to do it more consistently. So Frugal Mom, I need to be in there more. Yeah, isn't that good? Yes, yes. So I'm gonna try to throw this out to the universe. I'll be more accountable. Yeah, yeah, I like that one. So there's some good stuff in here. You know what I mean? Dollar Tree's kind of bringing it. They're bringing it in the Laura's Block Ministries. Good to see you. Welcome in. Yes. What time is it anyway? Oh, 9:30. Boy, this has gone by quick, and it's been good. Met the 1 hour mark. Yes. So like I said, so my mantra of the I Bring It Every Day channel is, buy local, you know, eat fresh, cook at home. And if you can grow your own, so you've got some growers here, which is great. People who are homesteading. My sad garden did not grow much this year, but we tried. We got a few little things out of it. But if you can, and because like I said, our food has been very, very interesting in the States, you know, just with the pesticides and things like that. And do organic if you can. I know it's hard. And the best thing that you can do for your body, and this is all kind of the whole thing, it's the mind, body, and soul. The best thing you can do for your body is to feed it good food, good, healthy, nutritious food. And and I think like in the United States specifically, we've really gotten away from that over probably the last 50 years. People used to cook at home, and now everybody's running out for the fast food. And and it's turning out that the fast food isn't that good for you. So that's the thing that I would, recommend. And just as and the one who's really winning from that was my husband. Like my husband lost 15 pounds in a really short period of time, in about a couple months, and he wasn't really trying. So because we sort of changed our food. Yeah. So I would recommend that to anybody. And then, let's always, uplift and support each other. And just remember that, the I Bring It Everyday channel is a safe place to land. And, we welcome all of the opinions of everybody. You know what I mean? And, and we welcome the discussion, things like that. And we have Dodd. Hello. Welcome in. Oh, first time joining in. Thank you for coming in. Yes. And like I said, go back and rewind and check out check out some of the people in the chat. These are all great people, and they're all doing great things. I sound crazy, don't I? These are all people that do really good things, and you'll definitely learn something from all the people that are in here. And everybody is pretty relaxed and non-confrontational. And we all support each other, and that's kind of where I'm at on this channel. Yes. All right. So anyway, so check out all the people in the chat. Thank you all so much. Go out there and do it. Have a great week, and do something fun, do something creative, and take care of yourselves and take care. We'll take care of each other here. All right. So anyway, let me see. Let me find my little. I'm going to say thank you so much to Drizzle. Drizzle Stank is did my theme song. I really appreciate it. Wherever you are, he's hiding on the he's hiding on the YouTube streets. He doesn't come on as much as he used to, so which is really sad because I enjoyed his music. But yeah, so I'm gonna play out. But thank you so much, and we'll see you soon on the YouTube. And thank you so much for watching. And please, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. And thanks for watching.